Full velocity, ladies and gentlemen, with the national anthem. Let's play Chinooks baseball. Our umpires tonight, the home plate from Dallas, Texas, Mike Pierce. At first base from Bolivar, Tennessee, Brad Switchboard Polk. And at third base, Portland, Oregon. Of every inning.
And welcome, Chinook fans. Tonight we have some more Alaska Baseball League at Lee Jordan Field. Welcome to Chugiak, Alaska. I am the voice of the 2017 Chugiak Chinooks, Caleb Duarte, welcoming you to a beautiful night here for some Alaska Baseball League action tonight. Your Chinooks host the Anchorage Bucs. The Anchorage Bucs come in hot on a 3-game winning streak. They won last night. They beat the Miners 6-2 to put their record 11-6, which is good for the top team record-wise. Alaska Baseball League, your Chinooks come in after a off day yesterday and a little bit of a sad defeat on Sunday. Lost on a walk-off homer by Blake Benefield of Matsu Miners, but we come in here with a 7-9 record. Tonight, your Chinooks have Tyler Weekly from Charleston Southern University on the mound. Tyler Weekly, the second in strikeouts in Alaska Baseball League with 20. He comes in here with no decisions on either squad, but with a 3.37 ERA. And in 16 innings pitched, has 20 strikeouts, allowed 13 hits, and has walked 4 batters. Tonight, your Bucs lineup features Jace Vanderbrake, Todd Lott, and Pete Durkay to start things off. And like I said, Jace Vanderbrake is in there, as that one's in there for strike one to Jace Vanderbrake from Gonzaga University. Vanderbrake hitting .274 so far this season. Yesterday, he went 1 for 5, came across the score once and struck out once. That ball misses down low for ball 1. Weekly has been dominant in his 3 outings so far in this league, but has yet to find the win column or loss column for that matter. But that will hopefully change tonight in favor of a win. The 1-1 pitch, and Vanderbrake sends it out to Gilcrease in center. Gilcrease rolls back 10 feet and puts that one away. And we have out number 1 in the field tonight for your Chinooks. Like I said, Tyler Weekly on the mound. Behind the dish and the squat tonight is Alex Crotty. Playing first base is Luke Coffey. Brandon Mitchie, the Australian-born, playing second base. Playing the hot corner tonight is Alex Schmitz from Oral Roberts University. Aaron Shackelford back at short after playing left field on Sunday. From left to right, we have Jeremy Johnson, Levi Gilcrease, and Mike Caprice playing in right field. Todd Lott now, the power-hitting DH for the Bucs tonight, comes to the plate, and he rips that one foul for strike 1. Todd Lott comes in this season hitting .348, which is good for third in the Alaska Baseball League for average. Absolutely tearing the ball, and he lines that one foul to put him in an 0-2 hole early. Tyler Weekly, after 2 foul balls, Lott will have to buckle up here and protect the zone on this 0-2 count. Last night against the Miners, Lott went 1 for 5, came across the score once, and struck out once, and there already has 1 strikeout to his name as Weekly puts Lott down looking for out number 2. Coming to the plate for the Bucs now is number 10, Pete Durkay, the catcher. Pete Durkay also hitting the ball really good lately. From University of Tennessee, the switch-hitting catcher. Pete Durkay comes into this game hitting .339. Last night against the Miners went 1 for 3 with 1 RBI. That came from a sac fly. He now comes in facing Tyler Weekly with 2 down here in the top half of the first. Takes that one inside for ball 1. Weekly not going to heat you up so much on the velocity chart, but he can get you out and with 3 to 4 pitches and gets the ball on the ground as that one is up and in the air. Going to be called by Mike Caprice. He comes in and puts that away, and that's exactly the start Tyler Weekly could have asked for. A 1-2-3 inning, and when we come back, your Chinooks are going to come to the plate for the first time 0-0 after the top half of the first inning. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. And as we're back here in the bottom of the first after 1-2-3 inning for the Bucs in the top half of this inning, the Chinook batting lineup for tonight, Mike Capri is going to lead things off and playing right field. The left fielder, Jeremy Johnson, going to be in the 2-hole tonight. Batting in the DH slot and batting third is Justin Gomez. Batting fourth and playing short, Aaron Shackelford. Playing second base and batting fifth, Brandon Mitchie. Luke Coffey playing first base is going to be batting sixth tonight. Alex Schmitz playing the hot corner third base is going to be batting seventh. In the eighth spot is Alex Crotty, who's behind the dish tonight. And batting ninth is the center fielder and Baylor Bear Levi Gilcrease. On the mound for the Bucs is the 6'3" right-hander from Chandler, Arizona. And he goes to San Diego State. He comes into this game with a 1-1 record and a .65 ERA and 13.2 innings pitched. That's 22 strikeouts. And so that is something to watch for us. He is the league leader in strikeouts as he misses up high to Prees for ball one. 1-0 pitch to Prees, and Prees is going to foul that one to even up the count 1-1 early. And the 1-1 pitch from Boyer on the mound. And that one's in for strike two, and Prees down to a 1-2 hole early here. Boyer looks in to add to his league-leading strikeout total. Has Prees in 1-2 hole. And the pitch. And couldn't get that curveball to break there. And this count's going to be even at 2. Two pitch from Boyer to Mike Prees at the plate. And Prees sends that one a line drive foul to the third base side of things. This past season for San Diego State, Boyer had a 1.46 ERA and 12 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits and 2 earned runs, and had 13 strikeouts. And Prees, and that's a foul ball, and that's a fair ball down left field line, and Prees is going to be running. He's going to round first and head into second, standing up. And we have a leadoff double here from Micah Prees in the bottom half of the first. And that's exactly the way you want to start things here for the Chinooks, as they have a leadoff double to start things off in the bottom of the first. Jeremy Johnson, the 5'10" Auburn outfielder, now steps to the plate, hitting .278 in this season, 10 for 36, has 3 doubles. He's actually on a 7-game hitting streak, so he'll look to continue that hot pace in tonight's affair. Would love to continue it now and bring Prees home from second. Boyer looks in, runner on second. Nobody out, bottom of the first. And Johnson watches that one high for ball one. Boyer looks in to his catcher, Pete Durkay. 1-0 pitch. And that one's outside and high, ball 2. Johnson, a very aggressive hitter up there, and you can say the same for Justin Gomez, who's in the on-deck circle. Chinooks in a great position here with their 2, 3, 4 hitters all coming up and a runner on second with nobody out, bottom half of the first. 2-0 pitch from Boyer on the mound. And in there for strike one. As now Johnson will look to put the ball in play after taking that strike. Two-one pitch from Boyer to Johnson. And Johnson's going to foul that one out to make it a 2-2 even count here. Boyer on the mound with a 2-2 count to Jeremy Johnson at the plate. Mike Prees on second after a leadoff standing double. The 2-2 pitch from Boyer. And Johnson fouls that off the catcher's mask. That's going to keep this count at 2. Two pitch from Boyer once more. And that one just hangs inside, and that's going to load the count full to Jeremy Johnson now. 3-2 pitch from Boyer. Runner on second, bottom of the first. Nobody out here. Jeremy Johnson at the plate. And Johnson is going to take that off his wrist, and that's going to put A runner on first and second. Still nobody out for Justin Gomez as he comes to the plate.
Justin Gomez.
Now with runners on first and second and nobody out, let's see what John Grove, the aggressive Chinook head coach, decides to elect to do here. Gomez hits from the left side in the DH spot, hitting .250 so far in 52 plate appearances. Went 0 for 4 on Sunday against the Miners. We'll look to resurrect that and put him back on the hitting track as he takes that one outside for ball 1 from Boyer. Justin Gomez from Azusa Pacific University down south of California has a chance to strike here. And he takes that one high for ball 2. And Boyer here struggling to find command early in this one with Aaron Shackelford on deck, the shortstop, and the cleanup hitter tonight for the Chinooks. Justin Gomez at the plate, 2-0 pitch coming up. Mike Capri stands on second after a leadoff double, and Jeremy Johnson after hit by pitch. And that one's down in a 3-0 count. Facing the Chinook DH now. And look to see if Gomez does have the 3-0 green light. I would assume not, but you never know in baseball. Boyer, the 3-0 pitch to Gomez. And right down Broadway for strike 1. Hitters count of 3-1 now. Justin Gomez at the plate, runners first and second. Nobody out, bottom of the first. And Gomez is going to take that one high. And Aaron Shackelford is going to look to clean things up here from that cleanup spot as there are bases loaded, nobody out. And Aaron Shackelford up to the plate now for your Chinooks.
Aaron Shackelford.
Aaron Shackelford with the Love Shack Baby song for his walk-up song. Seems fitting for the guy we call Shaq. And we're going to have a quick mound meeting by Ken Hookup, the Bucs head coach, as he'll look to settle his right-hander down as the Bucs are in danger of going down early in this game. And Ken Hookup now going to walk back to his dugout after that meeting to his right-hander Logan Boyer. Aaron Shackelford comes into this game with a .288 average in 45 plate appearances, 13 hits with 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. As he has bases loaded, nobody out, and Logan Boyer on the mound. And Boyer puts that one in there for strike 1. Shackelford with an 0-1 count now. Mike Capri's on third, Jeremy Johnson at second, and Justin Gomez at first, and Shackelford at the plate. That's up high, ball 1. Shackelford has no problem being patient in there and waiting for his pitch to just strike on. Shackelford, no doubt, has the power to send this one deep. But if you're the Chinooks, you would take any sort of hit here with bases loaded and nobody out. 1-1 pitch from Boyer. And Shackelford thought about it for a moment, but held off and takes that one for ball 2. Brandon Mitchie stands on deck for the Chinooks here. But right now, all eyes are on the batter's box as Aaron Shackelford here takes a 2-1 pitch with bases loaded, nobody out. And that one is inside for strike 2. And a little early for pitcher strikes, but it looked like that might have been one there. Nonetheless, Shackelford now faces an even count of 2-2 from Logan Boyer on the mound. Shackelford going to call a quick timeout here. 2-2 pitch. Boyer sets on the mound and throws. And that's outside for ball 3. Full count of 3-2 now. Bases loaded. Boyer has to find the strike zone. And that's up high and a pass ball. But the run's going to score anyway. as the Chinooks get on the board early. And Boyer desperately needs an out here as Brandon Mitchie now steps to the plate. Chinooks already up 1-0. Bases loaded still with nobody out for the Australian second baseman. As the Chinooks have a great chance here to extend this lead as that ball misses high. And that's now 15 balls and 25 pitches. And Pete Durkay, the Bucs catcher, going to go have a word with his righty. Mitchie comes into this game, 11 hits and 53 plate appearances, has 2 dingers in this season so far, and he would absolutely love to add one here. Jeremy Johnson on third, Justin Gomez on second, and Aaron Shackelford on first after he was walked and brought in Mike Capriz to score the first run of this ballgame. Mitchie takes that one high for ball 2, and the Chinook hitters have no problem just sitting back and taking walks. As all base runners here, Johnson was hit by a pitch on a 3-2 count. Gomez was walked, and Shackelford was walked. And that one's in there a strike 1. So maybe Mitchie will not be walked here. As Boyer looks to find the strike zone once more. 2-1 pitch coming up to the Chinook second baseman. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the first. And that one is high and outside. And we're going to have a hitter's count of 3-1. Boyer in danger here of walking another run home. 3-1 pitch, bases loaded, nobody out. And that's up high. And Mitchie, with a smile on his face, will gladly take first. And the Chinooks have a 2-0 lead as Johnson comes home to score on that walk. In the Bucs, they probably didn't think they would have to have this problem here. But they have some action in the bullpen early as there are nobody out. And bases loaded, and Chinooks already have 2. As Luke Coffey, the first baseman for tonight's Chinooks, comes to the plate. And he will definitely look to send this ball in the gap and put this game wide open. Coffey comes into this game hitting .260. Went 0 for 3 in his last game against the Miners, but Coffey has all the power in the world up there as he takes that one in and high, ball 1. And Boyer, that's his 30th pitch of this first half, of this first inning. 19 of those pitches have not found the strike zone. 1-0 pitch to Coffey. Bases loaded, 2-0 is the score for the Chinooks, and Coffey watches that one come down the pipe for strike 1. Coffey from Santa Barbara, California. And a big hack on there, but misses. And that's going to make it a 1-2 count here to Luke Coffey, the Westmont College first baseman. 1-2 pitch from Boyer. Bases loaded here. And Coffey strikes out swinging there, and that's going to put an out in the out column here as Boyer, maybe this is his chance to calm down here. Finally gets one out, but still, bases loaded for the Chinooks with only one away as Alex Schmitz, the Oral Roberts infielder, comes to the plate. We saw him last at short on Sunday. Now we're going to see him in the hot corner third base tonight. Alex Schmitz started off cold as he takes that one in for strike 1 after a missed bunt attempt, but has been finding the groove lately in the batter's box. We'll see what he can do here. Went 1 for 3 on Sunday against the Miners. Has an 0-1 pitch now from Boyer, and that's a swing and a foul ball. And quickly here, Schmitz is down to an 0-2 hole. And an 0-2 pitch, and Schmitz is down swinging. And Boyer has seemed to have found his groove here. As after a bit of a struggle and walking the bases loaded and allowing 2 runs on 2 walks, has struck out the last 2 batters here for the Chinooks with Alex Crotty coming to the plate. Boyer, bases loaded, 2 outs. And Crotty takes that one in there for strike 1. One 0-1 pitch from Boyer. And Crotty. And that's stabbed over there by first Jace Vandenbrake. And Jace Vandenbrake saves a few runs as Logan Boyer is going to be buying him dinner tonight. Logan and Boyer, after a bit of a rough start, calmed down in his final 3 at-bats. The Chinooks get 2 runs on 1 hit, and we head to the top of the second. 2-0 lead for the Chinooks. We'll take a quick break, but we'll be back once more. And as we're back here in the top of the second, your Chinooks plated 2 in the bottom half of the first, come here with a 2-0 lead for their pitcher Tyler Weekly as he faces David Hensley, the Bucs right fielder, and puts that one in for ball 1. Hensley from San Diego State, standing at 6'6", 185, has only played in 4 games for the Bucs. Weekly misses down for ball 2. On deck for the Bucs is Cole Kletch, College of the Canyon center fielder. And Weekly finds the strike zone there to make it a 2-1 count. Two-one pitch from Weekly. And that one's going to be hit into center field, and the Bucs are going to have a leadoff single here. As the center fielder Cole Kletch comes with the runner on first. Kletch hitting .222 in this season so far.
Batting for the Bucs, number 13, Cole Kletch.
We last saw him June 23rd. As he went 0 for 3 in that game. And now he comes looking to extend this outing for the Bucs in the top half of the second. 2-0 lead here at Chugiak, Alaska. As that one's high and inside for ball 1. And the Chinooks had a great chance several times to really put the damper in this ball game for the Bucs, but only came across with 2. Even though they had bases loaded, nobody out twice to 2 hitters. We're not able to get some more runs across, and Weekly misses down low, ball 2. But we'll take the 2-0 lead and ride with it, as we will hope that's enough. Weekly now looks at Kletch with Hensley standing on first and a 2-0 pitch awaiting Kletch at the batter's box. And that one's up high, ball 3, and Weekly now in danger of walking. Runners first and second, nobody out. Weekly has to find the strike zone here. With nobody out, runner on first, and Cole Kletch with a 3-0 count in the batter's box. And Weekly does find the strike zone there. To make it a hitter's count for Kletch of 3-1. Weekly sets on the mound with a 3-1 pitch. And that one is hitting to left field, but Johnson rolls to his right and camps under that one. And that's going to be out number 1. As that ball was sitting to deep left field, but Johnson able to camp under that one, put that one away. As Dominic Colaccio, a Long Beach State third baseman, now stepping to the plate for the Anchorage Bucs. Dominic Colaccio from Aliso Viejo, California. In 8 games played so far for the Bucs, has a .240 average. 25 plate appearances, has hit for 6 of those times. One of those being a home run. Hensley stands on first with 1 away for the Bucs in the top of the second. 2-0 lead here for the Chinooks. As Weekly puts that one and drops that one in there for strike 1. A 1 pitch. As Weekly throws over to Hensley at first to keep Hensley honest over there. Oh, 1 pitch for Weekly now. With 1 away, top of the second. And the pitch. As that one is a fair ball down the left field line. And Hensley's going to round second as that ball stays in the corner. And he's going to be waved home as Calaccio is going to stay at second. Johnson, the throw from Shackelford. As Crotty is going to throw down to third. And Calaccio ends up at third. And a run comes across to score for the Bucs. As that was a lot of throwing for the Chinooks. But nonetheless, Calaccio stands at third with only 1 away here. And Weekly going to have to bunker down here and get 2 outs in a row here to keep this game in the Chinooks' favor. As he drops that one into Landon Silver. Landon Silver from University of Santa Barbara in California, as he has yet to find hitter's count, as he grounds over to Schmitz at third, and Schmitz throws over to Coffey at first for a 5-3 ground out. 2 away now as Gunnar Schubert, the Bucs shortstop, comes to the plate. Schubert comes into this game hitting 190. And he stands with a good RBI opportunity as Calaccio stands on third after he roped a double down the line and got over to third as the Chinooks are trying to get the runner out at home. Schubert stands in, 2 outs, top of the second. And Weekly, a beautiful breaking ball, but the ump says no go to that strike. Schubert from Gonzaga University swings and misses there for strike 1. Not a very confident swing there from the Bucs shortstop. And the umpire at third base calls timeout himself to tell the third baseman Schmitz and the runner on third, Calaccio, to stop talking to each other. Would love to know what that conversation consisted of, but I will not be happy to find the vocals as Weekly drops that one in there for strike 2. And Schubert going to have to protect the plate here. Calaccio at third. Bucs have plated 1. Chinooks hold a 2-1 lead here in the top of the second. 2 outs. Gunnar Schubert at the plate. 1-2 pitch coming from Weekly. Weekly takes a sign from Alex Crotty, the catcher, and throws. That one hangs high for ball 2 as Schubert laid off that one. Two pitch. And Schubert gets some wood on that, but that's going to tap foul. And we're going to do that 2-2 pitch once more. Schubert regrips his bat, steps out, comes back in. 2-2 count. Against Tyler Weekly on the mound for the Chinooks. Runner on third. 2 outs, top of the second. 2-1 lead for the Chinooks here. And that one's inside, and we're going to have a full count here for Gunnar Schubert at the plate. As Weekly looks to get out of this inning with only 1 run surrendered to his name. Schubert steps into the batter's box. Weekly sets on the mound. 3-2 pitch. And Schubert's going to send out to center. Gilcrease is going to get that one. And that's going to do it. And through the top half of the second, the Bucs score 1 on 2 hits. But when we come back to the bottom of the second, Chinooks going to have a 2-1 lead. And the Chinooks come to the plate with a 2-1 lead. We'll be back. Bottom of the second here, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks for Levi Gilcrease. The Chinooks center fielder steps to the plate. And Boyer misses down and low for ball 1. Top of the order, Micah Priest on deck for the Chinooks here. Hoping to hit with a runner on base. And Boyer misses down low once again. Gilcrease comes into this game with a .222 average. Been hitting the ball hard, but has been having trouble finding open ground out there. 2-0 pitch to the Baylor Bear at the plate. Logan Boyer, the San Diego State Aztec, gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Will look to have a different tune this inning as he puts that one in there for strike 1. And up high, and Gilcrease going to have hitter's count of 3-1. The 3-1 pitch to Gilcrease. Boyer sets and throws. And Gilcrease takes that one in there for strike 2. Full count now to the Chinook outfielder, Gilcrease at the plate. Boyer throws. And Gilcrease going to take that one high, and Boyer catches his 4th walk of the game, and now faces Micah Priest, who doubled and later came around to score to open things up scoring-wise for the Chinooks. Comes to the plate now with Gilcrease on first, and nobody out in the bottom of the second. Boyer looks in to Priest at the plate. Nobody out, run on first, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. And that's down and low for ball 1. Micah Priest from Point Loma Nazarene University in Southern California looks to continue his hot streak as there goes Gilcrease. Durkay up and throwing as Gilcrease slides in safely as he had a lot of room there to throw. And Durkay's defense, that was a breaking ball thrown. So that would have been impressive if he was able to get Gilcrease, but with the speed that Gilcrease does possess, he got in there easily. Boyer was able to find the strike zone there, so we'll have an even count of 1-1 with the runner on second, nobody out to Prees. And Prees had the bunt sign down, but pulled back. The appeal to the third base umpire. Third base umpire says he did not go. So we'll have a 2-1 count now for the Chinook right fielder out the plate. And with the next few guys for the Chinooks, would not be surprised to see John Groth put the bunt sign down to see if they can get Gilcrease at third and be only 90 feet away from home plate. 2-1 pitch to Prees. And Boyer misses outside for ball 3. And for back-to-back batters here, Boyer will have a hitter's count to overcome here. 3-1 pitch to Prees coming up. Gilcrease at second after being able to steal that base moments ago. 3-1 pitch from Boyer. And that's up high, and that's back-to-back walks here. That's 5 walks now for the Bucs right-hander. And Jeremy Johnson steps to the plate. As Peter Kay once again will make his way out to talk to his right-hander. Same with Dominic Calaccio, the third baseman, going to have a word with him. And the Bucs have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen as they started having him getting warm in the bottom of the first. But Boyer was able to calm things down and get out of it. But the Bucs bullpen right back to work here as they're in danger of falling behind more from 2-1. Jeremy Johnson now steps to the plate, and now Ken Hookup, the Bucs head coach, going to come out, and we'll see if he pulls the plug here on Logan Boyer.
If you just joined us, want to win your share of over $1,500 in Fred Meyer prizes, you can buy a ticket for $1 at the Chinook store tent. Be eligible all night long. At the end of this inning, we're going to give away 3 big Fred Meyer prizes.
And we're going to have a pitching change here for the Bucs. And with that pitching change happening, I'm going to take a quick break here, but we'll be back. 2-1 lead, runners on first and second, nobody out as the Bucs make a pitching change. And after pitching change here, we come back. Tommy Kalowski from South Mountain Community College and a native of Anchorage, Alaska, 6'5" right-hander on the mound now for the Bucs. Kalowski comes into this game with 8 innings pitched in 4 games, appearing in, has a 6.75 ERA. The Chinooks have seen him twice for 2 innings of work as he comes in to relieve Logan Boyer. Logan Boyer only made it through 1 inning of work, gave up 1 hit, but gave up 2 runs and had 5 walks and 49 pitches. So now Kalowski now comes into his with a runner on first and second, nobody out for Jeremy Johnson, who was hit by a pitch and came around to score on a walk. to put the Chinooks up 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Now comes into this game with an RBI chance here. As Johnson's going to hit that to Calaccio at third. Calaccio going to throw to second and elects to go to first. And a close play over there. But runners do advance, so Johnson not totally lost out there. As Gilcrease and both Prees do advance. And now Justin Gomez with runners on second and third and one out. We'll look to put this out in the outfield somewhere to extend this lead for the Chinooks. Gomez was walked but left on base in the bottom of the first. And with one out, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. Bottom of the second. Runner second and third. As Gomez takes that one for ball one. Klowski looks in to Gomez. 1-0 pitch. And Gomez fouls that to the Buck dugout to put this count 1-1. Klowski looks into Gomez at the plate. 1-1 pitch. And that one not able to break low enough and stays high for ball two. Two-one pitch from Klowski. And that one misses down and outside for ball three. And Gomez going to look to hit this in the gap somewhere with a hitter's count of 3-1. Gilcrease at third. Prees at second. Gomez at the plate. 3-1 pitch. One away. Bottom of the second. 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. And Gomez looks that one in there for strike two as Klowski was able to drop that one in there to put this count full. 3-2 pitch to Gomez at the plate. And that's inside, and that hits Gomez on the right thigh, and that's going to load the bases here for Aaron Shackelford, who walked in a run. Or I should say Boyer walked in a run, but Shackelford does get credit for the RBI.
Batting for your Chinooks, number 8, Aaron Shackelford.
And Shackelford has a chance, like he did in the bottom of the first, but could not get a pitch to hit as he was walked. Has a chance to do some real damage here with bases loaded and one away, and a 2-1 lead for the Chinooks early in the bottom half of the second. Levi Gilcrease at third. Mike Capri stands at second. And Justin Gomez now stands at first after that hit by pitch. The pitch to Shackelford. And Shackelford takes that one for ball one high. Klowski takes his sign from Derek Hay, the catcher. Sets and throws. And that one's down for ball two. Derek Hay thought about throwing over to third, but chose to keep the ball himself. Two-0 pitch to Shackelford at the plate. And Shackelford hits that to the pitcher. And he throws back to Derek Hay for one and throws over to first. And that is a 1-2-3 double play. And the Chinooks not able to get anything out of that inning. And we head to the top of the third, Chinooks with a 2-1 lead. And as we come back in the top of the third, Cody Spora for the Bucs. And he takes that one outside for ball one. As the Chinooks have a 2-1 lead here. As the 1-0 pitch from Weekly. As he drops that one in there for ball two. And the 2-0 pitch from Weekly. And a swing and a miss by Schubert at the plate. That's going to make a 2-1 count. We are joined by Sunday's starting pitcher, and once again in the booth, Mike Batten. Mike, how you doing on this gloomy Tuesday afternoon?
Well, Caleb, a little cold.
A little cold.
But I'm hanging in there.
Well, Mike, you pitched Sunday against the Miners. Third time you've seen those guys. How's your arm feeling, and when do you expect to be back on the mound?
Well, my arm's feeling actually pretty well. Good change up there by Weekly. And I will be starting in Kenai on Friday against the Oilers.
And that will be the first time you guys see the Oilers. How do you really prepare for something like that when you haven't seen the team? You've actually never seen them except when they come here. Do you kind of just go out there every day, or do you do some studying, look at their stats, or what do you really do?
Well, I just kind of just go with the flow, just kind of go out there and try to do my thing. Just try to get ahead. No, I didn't even really look too deep into the Miners first time I faced him, and I feel like I did pretty well against him the first time.
Well, for the third time, you have a great outing and a no decision. Does that wear on you a little bit as that ball is lifted out to Johnson and left, and that's going to be 2 away now? But, you pitch great, but you're not able to get and win anything in the win column. Does that wear on you, or do you kind of just let that fly by and leave the stats to the stats?
Yeah, I just kind of leave stats to the stats, I mean, the first time we played them that through against them, I think we pulled a win out of that one. But the last two, I mean, they're tough. They were tough losses. I mean, on what was it, Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. I mean, little tight behind the plate, but we managed to deal with it and get out of some situations. So, yeah, I think Sunday was the first time they've scored on me in the first inning. So,
as Lott hits that to Shackelford. At short, throws over to Coffey at first, and an impressive throw there by Shackelford to get Todd Lott. Grounded out to short. A quick inning there for Weekly. But when we come back, your Chinooks have a 2-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. And once again, Mike Batten will be with me in the booth. 2-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. And as we come to the bottom of the third, Brandon Mitchie, who was walked and brought in an RBI, comes to the plate now. And once again, we're joined by Mike Batten. Mike, you're looking at this. Weekly seems to be. Did you know Weekly's the second in strikeouts here in the ABA?
We were actually just talking that before the game. I think the kid before him actually just got pulled.
Yeah, Logan Boyer now has, with those 2 strikeouts, as Mitchie swings and misses there. He's at 24, and Weekly, with his 2 strikeouts tonight, is at 22.
So Weekly could surpass him tonight.
He could pass him as Boyer was not struggling. Do you agree with the as Mitchie watches that one and never strike. Do you agree with Ken Hookup, the Bucs manager, to pull Boyer there in the bottom of the second?
Yeah, I mean, the kid, he was struggling. I mean, couldn't find the strike zone. Was already up in his pitch count pretty high.
As that ball is kicked off the first baseman's glove, Jace Vandenberg, and Mitchie is going to get on board there.
But yeah, like as I was saying, I mean, his pitch count was pretty high for 2 innings. I mean, I think after the first inning we had him at like 37, 38 pitches. I mean, which is a pretty long inning, especially to be out there. I know. So I know he's actually like you said, leading in ERA and strikeouts in the league so far. So I know there's a few Chinooks up there in some of the pitching categories.
Yeah, Noah Jones, second in ERA with a 1.13 ERA. But you're not too far behind. I believe you're sixth.
Yes, I'm sitting right now at a 2.8, 2.80. I want to say
2.80. Well, that sounds good to me.
I mean,
you watched that one and then strike one.
I feel like our pitching staff's actually one of the best, if not the best, in the league.
Well, we got Jones up there, Sweeney right behind him at 4, you at 6.
And then Weekly's making his way up there too.
As that one's sitting to right field, and that ball is going to sail, but ultimately be caught out there in deep right field by Hensley. Now, as Caffey gave that a ride, but the wind kept that one here in the ballpark. Alex Schmitz now steps to the plate with 1 away and a runner on first. Schmitz struck out swinging in the bottom half of the first with bases loaded, and he'll look to avenge that. But yeah, Mike, like you were saying, the pitching staff here, I mean, we heard and we've talked about it here in the booth, this league, for the most part, at least for the first month or two, this is really a pitcher's league. But, for the Chinooks, I mean, the pitchers, yeah, you've had a few offensive outbursts, and Schmitz watched that one under strike one, but the pitching has really been dominant so far.
Yeah, I mean, like you got Sweeney that threw well against the Bucs last time.
8 inning game.
8 inning games and 2 runs or 3 runs. I want to say it was 3 runs,
it was fourth. Yes, three runs.
8 won that game 8-3. Yeah, he threw really well that game. I mean, Weekly's throwing well right now. Hope I didn't jinx him right there. Knock on a little wood.
Knock on wood.
But yeah, I mean, everybody's throwing well. Our bullpen's throwing well. I mean, yeah, JJ gave up that one, but I mean it's not a big thing for him. He bounces back pretty quick. He's a pretty competitive guy.
Yeah, Schmitz sends that to short as Schubert not able to get good read on that. And the Chinooks going to have runners on first and second.
But yeah, I mean, JJ's he'll bounce back quick. He's a very competitive guy, like I was saying. He doesn't let that stuff phase him. So
and now Alex Crotty going to come to the plate with a runner on first and second. Nobody out. With 1 out. As he grounded to the pitcher.
And we got Winslow coming back here soon, so that should help us out in the back end of the bullpen and maybe in some starts.
Now, when you guys talk, I mean, I've seen you using your off days. How does Chris Beck utilize those off days? Do you guys try to stay in a rhythm rotation-wise? Or
yeah, I mean, we in the beginning of the season, it was Noah, then Sweeney, and then me, and then Weekly. And then when we had that, what was that, a 9-game? When we had the 9-game stretch, we had to slide in a 5th guy in there, which was Rob. So, I mean, we're basically on a routine already of when we know we're starting, and usually get a 4-day rest, and on that 5th day you're pitching. So, just like the pros, just like the big leagues.
Pros. Well, that's the goal here. As Crotty faces a 1-1 count, and Crotty fouls down off his foot, and he's going to feel that for a few seconds here. As he's now going to face a 1-2 hole with Mitchie on second and Schmitz at first.
Like we were talking about that today. We feel like we're in the big leagues out here signing autographs and having almost sold out crowds every time we go someplace.
Well, speaking of signing autographs, we had a clinic today with handicap and special needs kids. How does it feel for you just to know that you're playing baseball and we're going in faith, but knowing that you can just do that with those kids? And how is that for you, just being able to, and we were teaching baseball to them. How did you enjoy that clinic today?
It was awesome. I mean, you just get to see the joy on the kids' faces, and just their world just lights up even when you come up and you just shake their hand and talk to them. They have a big smile on their face, and especially when they love the game that you love. I mean, you get a connection there. A lot of the kids had a lot had a lot of fun today.
As Crotty is going to send that one out, and that one is going to be caught after a great hustle by Gunnar Schubert, the shortstop. As he went deep into foul territory to put 2 away as Crotty flew out to the shortstop. Levi Gilcrease now steps to the plate. But anyway, like we were saying.
I mean, it's like I said, it's just great to see kids out there smiling and just having a great time, even though their disabilities don't hold them back. Like they feel like they can do whatever they want to and whatever they put their mind to. So it's just great to see kids get out there and play.
It was definitely a fun sight to see. You had Coach Groth leading base running drills, Chris Beck leading throwing drills, and Coach Towns leading fielding drills, and Coach Matthews leading hitting drills, and each player had a buddy. It was fun as Kalowski looks over to second as Mitchie slides in safely.
I feel like a lot of guys had a lot of fun today. I mean, we got out to the park a little bit early after the clinic was done. We played a little wiffle ball game.
We did.
Had a little fun there. I think Ty Beck went 3 for 3 with 3 home runs.
I think he went 3 for 6. He conveniently mentions his 3 strikeouts he had.
Yeah, he's a fun kid.
As Gilcrease takes that one high for ball 1. And a 1-0 pitch now from Kalowski with runner on first and second, 2 away. As Gilcrease, if he can send this out in the outfield somewhere, has a chance to add some runs on the board. 1-0 pitch. And this is down low for ball 2.
But I know from what I hear, the trip to Kenai is a little rough.
I've heard the same. I was talking to the Matsu Miners broadcasters, my competition and your competition, but they were telling us, it's not bad. It's a great chance to just get closer to the guys, which is kind of an odd thing. I mean, I know with you and the pitching staff and each, kind of everybody's growing as Gilcrease takes that one in there for strike 1 looking. But, you're all kind of stuck in one hotel room with really no personal space.
Not at all.
You kind of have to get to know each other fast.
Yeah, I mean, you got 4 guys to a room, a very tiny room at that. Heard bunk beds and everything else and community showers, and it'll be interesting. I know a lot of late night card games and everything else.
Well, that's what I was told. Was Mike, you a poker player?
Yeah,
you
so
have
much.
To be a poker player.
Yeah, I'm a big blackjack guy. I like playing blackjack.
Okay. Well, I don't know if my mom, who's probably listening, will like me saying I'm a big poker player. I promise, Mom, it's not for real money. But I do love and enjoy a hand of poker. And Gilcrease sends that right to the third baseman, Calaccio, who fields that one and throws over to Vandenbrink at first. And that's going to do it. We're through 3. Your Chinooks have a 2-1 lead. When we come back, Tyler Weekly and the Chinooks going to come on the field as the Bucs come to bat in the top half of the 4th. We're back here in the top of the 4th as the catcher, Pete Durkay, takes a strike 1 from Tyler Weekly. In his last at-bat, Durkay flew out to right field to end the top half of the 1st. 2-1 lead for the Chinooks through 3. A 1 pitch from Weekly. Outside for ball one. Once again, in the fourth inning, we're joined by Mike Batten. And Mike, was there a chance? I mean, we were talking about kind of taking these slow. It was a little rainy as that ball sent deep in the right field, but that ball's going to sail foul off the bat of Drake. It was a little rainy. For you as a pitcher, when it rains, and it's not raining now anymore as the rain has settled down, but if you're a pitcher, does that mess with your mojo a little bit, knowing that the field is wet and not maybe dry as you expected?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it gets a little rough, especially when the ball gets wet. I mean, when the ball gets wet, you just got to ask for a new ball.
It was a brilliant breaking ball there by Weekly.
I mean, like I was saying, I mean, it's wet and you just ask for a new ball. Everything else, I mean, it messes with you a little bit, but not too much. Just try to keep it as dry as you can. Just keep it off the ground. Keep it out of the air.
As Weekly drops another breaking ball in there for strike one. David Hensley singled to begin things in the top of the second and came around to score on a Dominic Calaccio double as he fouls down to the backstop.
Looks like Weekly zoned in here a little bit.
Well, that's what I would say, is that's what it looks like. As he is now tied. And that ball's sent out to deep right center. That ball's going to drop and get to the wall. And Hensley's going to come into second. Priest has to field out at the bottom of the wall. Hensley's going to dig around second. And he's going to have to slide in safely for a one-out triple. And, Mike, did you knock on wood on that one?
I did not.
I should have. Knock on wood on that one.
I should have.
As Weekly, for the most part, and of course, he could still be locked in, and I'm sure he is. He has the mentality of a fighter out there. But now, after that one-out triple, faced Cole Kletch, who flew out to center field and flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Comes to the plate with a runner on runner on third and one out.
Now, see, you got the stats pulled up on your laptop right now.
We do. We do.
We got some Chinook guys up in the top. So I like to see.
Sixth in strikeouts, Mike Batten. J.J. Julian in there with only, I mean, he's a strikeout machine. And only 92 innings, 15 strikeouts. That's insane. Weekly now faces Kletch on an 0-1 pitch. As that one's inside for ball one. So far in this game, Weekly has 3 strikeouts. And right now, he's only 1 away from tying the league leader in strikeouts. But right now, that's not on Weekly's mind at all. As that ball sits at Schmitz at third. And Schmitz, and we have a pickle here at third to home, Crotty. And Crotty's going to throw over to Shackelford. And Shackelford going to apply the tag. And out is Hensley trying to score on home. As Kletch does come to second.
Good decision there by Alex Schmitz, getting him to commit to home and not going to first before he left.
And now Kletch did get to second, but good call by Schmitz, like Mike Batten was adding there.
Now, Caleb, have you done any other exploring other than when you went hiking the last time I seen you out there?
Yeah, I actually did hike North Face. My butt cheeks are still feeling it. So ask me in 2 days how it was, but it was a beautiful hike. We went up to that ball set to Shackelford, and Shackelford going to ground that and throw to Coffee. And I will tell you all about my North Face experience in about 1.5 minutes. And we're through 3.5. Weekly gets out of a one-out triple and a 2-1 lead for the Chinooks as we head at the bottom of the fourth. We'll be back. And as we count to the bottom of the fourth, Micah Prees gets aboard with a bunt single.
It's a great bunt right there by Micah.
And perfect no man's land. And Prees is able to get on for a single due to a bunt. That's going to be a runner on for Jeremy Johnson now.
So how's your, like you were saying, how's your butt cheeks feeling after that North Face hike?
Oh, boy. You know, honestly, it was a little rough. It was a little rough.
So who went hiking with you?
Well, my roommate, Levi Gilcrease, who's playing center field tonight, and our host family and a few friends as Klowski misses a pie for ball one. And it was beautiful. It was only 2.2 miles, but it took us a very long time because it's just straight uphill. And there's a bunch of, I think they call it switchbacks, as Klowski throws back over to Prees at first. Bunch of switchbacks. So it takes a good amount of time. For the first 2/3, I was leading the charge, feeling great. And then it just hit me as Derek Kay drops to the ground as it looked like that ball. Well, no, it hit Johnson. And I guess it ricocheted off of his elbow and into the side mask of Derek Kay. So we hope Derek Kay is over there. But nonetheless, the Chinooks going to have runners first and second. And nobody out as the Chinook trainer comes in to check on Derek Kay.
Now, when did you guys do that North Face hike? On Saturday? Or
yes, on Saturday.
Yeah, we went fishing on Saturday. Actually, for my birthday, a few of the guys went and.
Oh, that's right. Happy late birthday.
Yeah, went and caught some salmon and hung out and had some fun. I mean, it was a blast.
So you fell in the water?
Yes, I fell in the water.
Can't leave that out.
Can't leave that out. I was actually I was fishing, and then next thing you know, I had hooked into a fish, and next thing you know, water ripped my feet out from under me, and I'm sitting in the water, phone in my pocket and everything.
Well, I hope your phone and wallet is okay, everything.
It was actually, I only have my phone on me, but
yeah,
I mean, I have an iPhone 7, so I mean, it's waterproof.
Thank you, Steve Jobs.
Yep. You know, it was a fun time. I think I slept on the way home. Slept all the way home, actually. It was 3 hour
How
ride.
far did you drive to get there?
It was about 2.5 hours.
Was it near Kenai?
Yes, it was. It was. We went to the Russian River.
Got it. Well, did you go out there with Weekly and
Yep, Towns and JJ and Yoshihara and
fun crowd.
Jameson Mobs.
Rest in peace to his Chinook career.
Yep. I spoke to them actually the other day, asking if they made it home safely, and they did.
Good job. As Eddie Hyatt also went back to South Carolina. I failed to mention that as I was actually unaware at the time. But Hyatt chose to go back home to South Carolina, and Mobs was kind of forced to, as he has to get an MRI. So we will be praying for Mobs' shoulder as he looks to play this upcoming season for Charleston Southern injury-free. And Justin Gomez now, with runners on first and second, takes that one in there for strike one to have a 1-1 count here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wind up doing a hike here soon or go fishing again, and we're not sure. I mean, we have an off day on Monday after we get back from Kenai. We got a six game span here.
Not that bad though.
Not that bad. But I mean, we got a 6 game, and then following week we got a 8 game, and then another 6 game towards the end of the year. So
it's going by fast.
It is.
That's
I
insane.
mean, what are we on, our 18th game already?
17th. Game? Well, within exhibition it's 18, but 17 league game, and in 3 days it's going to be July, and then in a month, hopefully we're still playing baseball, but we never know. As Kalowski has a 1-2 pitch to Gomez, and Gomez is going to rip that to Calaccio. Great jab there as he's going to tag Prees at third, and a fielder's choice there.
It was a good job there by Micah Prees, stopping in the middle of the baseline, so they're not able to turn a double play.
Aaron Shackelford now steps to the plate with runners on first and second and 1 away. Shackelford 0 for 1 in this game as he walked in the top of the first. In the bottom of the first, and brought a runner home with that walk. Shackelford, he puts a lot of power in that 5'9" stature.
Yes, he does. He's a big kid, and I think we were at the gym the other day, and he was weighing in. And I was like, "Man, what you weigh at?" And he's close to 200.
Close to
5'9".
And I can tell you, that is not a lot of fat on that body.
No,
as that is 200 of muscle, and he puts that all to use as he belted one to right field when we actually play in these same Bucs. for a 2-run bomb to give the Chinooks the lead, and he would love to do the same here, but with a 3-run bomb. There's a 1-0 pitch to Shackelford, and Shackelford gets some wood on that one, but fouls that to the Chinook dugout. Bottom of the 4th, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. 1-1 count facing the Chinook shortstop, Aaron Shackelford. Jeremy Johnson stands at second. Justin Gomez on first, and 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. One pitch to Shackelford. And Shackelford sends that to left field. And that ball is going to be caught out there in an impressive play by the left fielder, Landon Silver, as he had to twist and turn that body. And they are going to turn the double play as they get Johnson out. As Gomez. And that's going to do it. We're through 4. Well, Mike, I want to thank you for coming up.
Yeah, man, it's not a problem. I mean, anytime you want me to come up, I'll come up, stay a little longer. But I got doing some charts today, helping out some of the guys in there. So, yeah, man, it's great. Great coming up here and talking.
We appreciate you coming up, and I'm sure you'll be back in a week or so to catch a few innings with me. Mike Batten, who will be pitching on Friday at Kenai. We wish you the best. And that's through 4. The Chinooks have a 2-1 lead. We'll be back as the Bucs come to the plate in the top of the 5th. And as we come back here in the top of the 5th, Tyler Weekly out to face Landon Silver, who made an impressive catch out there in left field to start the double play, and he sends that foul to have an 0-1 count early. Landon Silver, 1 for 2 in this game as he singled in the 3rd inning and grounded out to 3rd in the 2nd. 0-1 pitch from Weekly and drops that one in there high for ball 1. As Silver pops out into right center. Going to be called off by the center fielder Gilcrease, and he puts that away.
Batting for the Bucs, number 14, Gunnar Schubert.
Gunnar Schubert now stepping to the plate. To a Weekly with 1 out here. As that ball is lifted, and Coffey over there at first going to give chase, and Coffey not able to get there, and he runs into the fence in right field.
Sponsored by Labor's Local 341.
And the 0-1 pitch. And Silver lifts that one up, and Pre's going to give chase, but that one is going to go foul. For an 0-2 count now.
Batting for the Bucs, number 3, Cody Spore. Let's go back to Gunnar Schubert, number 14.
And an 0-2 hole for the Bucs shortstop here. He fouled that one off to right in the last pitch. 1 away, top of the 5th. 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. Weekly throws. And that misses down low for ball 1. One-two pitch. Coming from Weekly now. And Schubert fouls that one off to keep this count at 1-2. And a 1-2 pitch from Weekly. And that one drops down as Crotty keeps that in front of him in the dirt. 2-2 pitch now. Coming, the gunner Schubert, the Bucs shortstop. Schubert flew out to center field in his last at-bat in the top half of the second. And now faces Tyler Weekly on the mound with a 2-2 pitch coming. As Weekly looks for his 4th strikeout of the game, the pitch. And that misses, goes to the backstop, and that's going to load this count full of 3-2. As Weekly has missed on his last 3 pitches here. And it's gone from an 0-2 to a 3-2 count. Weekly looks in, gets the call from Crotty behind the plate. 3-2 pitch. And that's out to right field, and that's going to be trouble for Mike Capriz, but Mike Capriz tracks that one down and right. 2 away now as Cody Spohr, the second baseman for Chinooks, comes to the plate, struck out swinging in the 3rd inning.
Number 3, Cody Spohr.
And after him, the leadoff circle is Jace Vandenbrake, and he represents the top of the order. As Weekly finds the strike zone there for strike 1. As Spohr drops to his knees and fouls that one to the backstop for an 0-2 hole. And Weekly misses outside for ball 1 here. 2 outs, top of the 5th, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. Tyler Weekly dealing so far. That was his 61st pitch of the game. As he drops that one in, and Weekly wanted that strike 3, but instead, going to have to work once more. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Nobody on, and Cody Spohr at the plate. Weekly throws, and that's hit to Schmitz at 3rd. Schmitz gathers that and throws across the dime in the 1st. And Weekly gets out of that inning, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. Your Chinooks have a 2-1 lead. We'll take a quick break, but your Chinooks come to the plate when we come back. And as we are back here in the bottom of the 5th, new catcher on for the Bucs. Mason Fishback in to catch. He replaces Peter Kay. I assume Peter Kay is too shaken up to continue this game as he was hit by a pitch, or it was ricocheted off of a Chinook elbow and into the mask of Peter Kay. But nonetheless, Mason Fishback in to catch now. And Tom Mikulowski on the mound looking to finish things here. As Brandon Mitchie steps in. And Mitchie takes that one in there for strike one. As a swing and a miss by Mitchie. That's put him into a quick 0-2 hole here. And the 0-2 pitch from Kolowski. And stays up high for ball one. Kolowski looks in, 1-2 pitch. And Mitchie swings and misses, but going to have a chance to get to first. But no, they're going to say Mitchie fouled that one off. One-two pitch coming once more to Mitchie after he fouled that one to the backstop. Mitchie 1 for 1 in this game after singling in the third. Kolowski, the 1-2 pitch to Mitchie at the plate. That one's down for ball two. Kolowski, the 2-2 pitch. And Mitchie sends that foul to first. And we're going to do that 2-2 pitch once more. 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Your Chinooks up 1. As Tyler Weekly has been dealing so far. And Tommy Kolowski on the mound for the Bucs. And throws the 2-2 pitch. And Mitchie sends it out into left field. And that's going to be a single for the Australian second baseman. As Silver bobbles that ball in left, but not enough for Mitchie to advance. But nonetheless, a leadoff single here for Luke Coffey now stepping to the plate. Runner on first. And nobody out in the bottom of the fifth here. Coffey 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out swinging in the first with bases loaded and then flew out to right field in the third. Now stepping up to the plate with Brandon Mitchie on first and nobody out. Coffey lays down a bunt, but that ball is going to trickle foul. And Coffey going to take his signs from his head coach, John Groth, over there at third base. Kolowski looks over to Mitchie at first. Now at Coffey at the plate, the 0-1 pitch. Coffey going to hang that ball up, and that ball is a good bunt. Coffey going to try, and he slides in. Out at the call at first. That's Coffey hustling down that line, but could not slide in there safely, but does get the sacrifice bunt. As Mitchie advances over to second on that good sacrifice by Coffey. And now Alex Schmidt steps to the plate with a runner in scoring position at second base. And one away here in the fifth inning. Excuse me, no, Mitchie got to third on that play. As, honestly, that went right over my head.
And that ball sponsored by Edward Jones Financial Investments in Gavin Reed.
And Schmitz fouls that one in the right field. Almost hit somebody out there. Now has an 0-1 count with Brandon Mitchie standing at third base. I apologize for not catching on to that sooner. 0-1 pitch from Kolowski. And Schmitz takes that one high and inside. Has to suck in to get away from that one. 1-1 pitch coming to Schmitz at the plate. Mitchie on third, Kolowski on the mound. One away, bottom of the fifth, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. And the pitch. And that one's down, and that skips away from the catcher. And Mitchie is going to come in to score. And the Chinooks have a 3-1 lead. As that ball kicked away from Fishback. And now we have a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the fifth, and Schmitz comes to the plate. 2-1 pitch coming up, and nobody on as Mitchie got on with a leadoff single, came over to third on a sacrifice bunt from Coffey, and comes in to score on that wild pitch by Kalowski. And that ball hangs high for ball 3 here. Alex Crotty stands on deck, hoping to hit with a runner on. 3-1 pitch to Schmitz. And Schmitz takes that one in for strike 2, as that one looked like it was ball 4, and Schmitz thought the same thing too. And the 3-2 pitch. That one's into Schmitz, and now Schmitz can take his walk, as he is on with only 1 out, as Alex Crotty steps to the plate. Crotty had a loud out, number 3, to end things in the bottom of the first, as he had bases loaded and a great stab there by the first baseman Vandenberg, saved probably 3 runs from scoring and got out of that one. But now Chinooks are up 3-1 here in the bottom of the fifth with a runner on first and Crotty at the plate with 1 away. Crotty takes that one outside, ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch to Crotty. And Crotty sends it out to right field. And that ball's going to get over the right fielder's head. That ball's going to drop. And Crotty's going to take it to second. And Schmitz is going to get called home. And here comes a throw home. And Schmitz slides in safely as the Chinooks take a 4-1 lead here, as Crotty sent that deep into right field. And that trickled just over the right fielder's head and trickled all the way to the fence. And Schmitz comes all the way home from first base. And Crotty gets an RBI stand-up double there. 4-1 lead now for the Chinooks, and the Chinooks are not done yet as Levi Gilcrease steps to the plate with a runner on second. Levi Gilcrease 0 for 1 in this game after being walked in the second. And Ken Hookoff, the Bucs head coach, going to have a word with his right-hander Kalowski. And we're going to have a pitching change here for the Bucs. And when we come back, the Chinooks going to have a runner on second and only 1 out for Levi Gilcrease. We'll be back. 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. And we're back here. A.J. Sawyer on the mound for the Bucs, facing Levi Gilcrease at the plate. 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. In the bottom of the fifth, Gilcrease had the bunt down, pulled back for ball one. A.J. Sawyer from UC Riverside, the 6'2", 220 right-hander. Sawyer, in 6 innings pitched, has a 9.0 ERA. As he was roughed up in his last outing against these same Chinooks. As that ball gets away from the catcher, and Crotty is going to come to third, and that's a good situation now, as that puts in the sac fly situation here. 2-0 pitch now coming to Gilcrease on June 23rd. Sawyer pitched against the Chinooks in an 8-3 loss, pitched 2 1/3, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 walk, and now in danger of giving up a run here. 2-0 pitch to Gilcrease, and that's outside, ball 3. Alex Crotty stands at third after getting over there from second, and got on second after a stand-up double that went over the right fielder's head and scored scored Alex Schmitz from first. 3-0 pitch to Gilcrease. Sawyer has to find the strike zone, as that ball is in there for strike one, and Gilcrease had a hitter's count as ahead here with a 3-1 pitch. And a 3-1 pitch, and Gilcrease pops that one up, but that's not going to be deep enough, as that is caught by the second baseman. 2 outs now. As Mike Capri's now stepping to the plate. Mike Caprice comes to the plate with 2 outs. In the bottom of the fifth, a 4-1 lead for the Chinooks here. And a swing and a miss by Prees. That's going to put an 0-1 here. And the 0-1 pitch outside for ball 1. One pitch. And that ball is up high. And that's going to be caught by Silver.
Run away to the top of the 6th inning. The score, your Chinooks 4, the Bucs 1 tonight's game. Brought to you by Fred Meyers, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Give away a lot of great prizes from Fred Meyers and Eagle River. If you bought your,
and that's going to do it. We're through 5.
This is what you're going to receive this inning. Our first winning ticket.
4-1 lead for the Chinooks as we head to the top. Jace Vandenbrake up now for the Bucs. Tyler Weekly back on the mound with a 4-1 lead here. And Weekly puts that one in there as Vandenbrake had the bunt down for a moment. And pulls back, and that's going to be ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch from Weekly. This is outside for ball 2. Two-0 pitch to Vandenbrink. And that one is outside for ball 3. Weekly going to have to find the strike zone here. And that one's in there for strike 1 to the Buck first baseman. 3-1 pitch coming up from Weekly. And that one misses high, and that's going to put a runner on for the Bucs with nobody out as Todd Lott, who's been quiet in this game, steps to the plate. Todd Lott 0 for 2 in this game, struck out looking in the first, grounded out to the shortstop in the third, and now steps to the plate with nobody out, a runner on first, as Weekly throws back over to first base. Vandenbrink slides in safely. Mason Fishback on deck for his first plate appearance, as he came in the last half inning. He's coming to catch for Pete Durkay. Nobody out. Top of the 6th, 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. And Lott sends out to right field, and Prees out there is going to have to give chase. And Prees goes into foul territory, but that one sails foul. 0-1 pitch from Weekly. And that one's in there for strike 2 as Lott gives a look of disapproval as he did not agree with the umpire's call there, but nonetheless, it's going to be an 0-2 count for Weekly on the mound. Chase Vandenbrink on first. And nobody out for Todd Lott at the plate and Weekly on the mound. Weekly looks over at first. Sets the 0-2 pitch to Lott. Throws back once again to Vandenbrink. Nothing going on again. The 0-2 pitch. And Lott thought about it for a moment, but held back, and that one drops in for ball 1. Weekly, the 1-2 pitch. To Lott at the plate. And in there for strike 3. And for the second time, Lott strikes out looking at Weekly.
Batting for the Bucs, number 16.
One away here as Fishback steps to the plate against Weekly. And Fishback sends that one foul down the third base line. Oh, 1 pitch from Weekly, and that one misses high for ball 1. That's outside for ball 2. Two one pitch from Weekly. And that one drops in there for strike 2. And Weekly throws once again over to Brandenburg at first. Weekly looks in to Fishback. 2-2 pitch. One away. Top of the 6th. 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. Two pitch from Weekly. And Vandenberg's running. Swing and a miss. Crotty down to second. Mitchie applies a tag. And out is the call. As Vandenberg was not able to keep his hand on the bag. And Mitchie keeps the tag on. And the Chinooks get out of that as Crotty able to control the strikeout there from Weekly. And a beautiful delivery by Mitchie. Mitchie keeps the tag on Vandenberg, and he slides right off of it. And a double play gets us through the top half of the 6th. When we come back, your Chinooks have a 4-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. And we're back here. Jeremy Johnson up to lead things off for the Chinooks. Takes that one in for strike 1 from Sawyer, who's back on the mound here in the bottom half of the 6th. And the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and miss by Johnson to make it an 0-2 hole. Johnson faces Sawyer for an 0-2 pitch, and Johnson gets some wood on that one to keep this count 0-2. Sawyer to Johnson, 0-2 pitch. And Johnson gets some wood on that once more and fouls that one to the dugout to keep this 0-2 once more. And Johnson watches that one in there for strike 3. And a generous strike zone there by the umpire. As Johnson not happy with that call and walks back to the dugout quickly. As I typically don't like to disagree with the umpire. But that was a call there. As Johnson strikes out, looking now for Justin Gomez stepping on the plate. with one away, bottom of the sixth. 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. A.J. Sawyer on the mound. That one's inside for ball one. One-0 pitch. Down low to Gomez, ball two. Sawyer looks into his catcher Fishback, gets the call, 2-0 pitch. And a big swing and a miss, but comes up empty there as Gomez. Let's make it a 2-1 count. Sawyer, one away, 2-1 pitch coming to Gomez. And Gomez fouls that to the Bucs dugout. Going to even up this count 2-2 on that foul ball. Aaron Shackelford stands on deck for the Chinooks with Justin Gomez at the plate now and A.J. Sawyer on the mound. And Gomez thought about it. The appeal to third. They're going to say no go. And a full count of 3-2 now. Three-two pitch from Sawyer. And Gomez fouls that one. And we got a battle going on here. Three-two pitch coming from Sawyer. Gomez at the plate. Sawyer kicks and throws. And that one's drilled out in right field. That ball is going to drop and stay fair. As Gomez digs around first, we'll have to hurry. That ball gets away from Hensley and right. But Gomez is going to stand up second. And Gomez has a stand-up double. And Aaron Shackelford now steps to the plate with a runner in scoring position at second base. And one out here. As Gomez ripped that one in right field. And it stayed fair, and he easily steamrolled into second base. Sawyer now has to keep Shackelford off the base pass here. And Shackelford takes that one low for ball one. Sawyer steps back on the mound. 1-0 pitch coming to Shackelford at the plate. Takes that one low, ball two. Two-0 pitch now for Sawyer on the mound. And that one's in there for strike one to the Masters University shortstop. Two-one pitch coming up. In the bottom of the sixth, 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. Gomez stands at second, and Shackelford hits that to Schubert at second. Sporer at second, and he flips that over to first for Vandenbrake. And that's a ground out as Gomez comes from second to third on that ground out there. Brandon Mitchie now stepping on the plate, 2 for 2 in this game. And in his past 2 plate appearances in the 5th and 3rd, has singled. And the pitch. That ball's lifted in the left field. And Silver gives chase, but that ball ultimately will sail foul. 0-1 pitch coming from Sawyer now. As Mitchie calls time at the plate. 0-1 pitch from Sawyer on the mound. As Mitchie hits that to Sporer at second. Sporer comes up with it and throws over to Vandenbrink at first. And the Chinooks get a base runner, but can't capitalize on it. And we're through sixth, 4-1 lead. As Weekly's got to come back on the mound. When we come back, Weekly and the Chinooks are going to be in the field in the top of the seventh. We'll be back, 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. And as we head to the top of the seventh, David Hensley up as he looks that one in for ball two. Weekly so far in this game has given up 3 hits, has allowed 1 run, and struck out 5 as Hensley pops that one up. And that's going to be called by Mitchie at second. Mitchie's going to put that away. That's going to be out number 1. And that was the 80th pitch for Tyler Weekly in this game. And we're through 6 in the 3rd inning. As Cole Clutch comes to the mound, comes to the batter's box, 0 for 2 in this game. As he flew out to left field in the 2nd and grounded into a fielder's choice in the 4th. Looking to start something here with 1 out for the Bucs. Weekly, the 1-out pitch. In there with a beautiful strike 1. And Weekly has actually overtaken Logan Boyer and is the league leader in strikeouts in the Alaska Baseball League. Not that Weekly is focused on that, but that's something to be proud of, as he is now 1 strike away from another strikeout as he gets Clutch there, fooled for strike number 2. 0-2 hole for the College of the Canyon center fielder at the plate. Weekly throws. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. Good stop by Crotty there. And a swing and a miss by Clutch. And Weekly has strikeout number 6. And 2 outs now in the top of the 7th for Dominic Calaccio. As he doubled and brought in the Bucs 1 and lone run in the 2nd inning, and then grounded out to the shortstop in the 6th. And Weekly not able to break that enough. Leaves that high for ball 1. Weekly looks in as Calaccio steps back into the plate. And Calaccio lifts that out to left field, and that's going to be trouble for Johnson. And that ball is going to drop at the fence, and Calaccio is going to steamroll into second. And he has a stand-up double with 2 outs here. And Calaccio has been hitting the ball very well, as that's his 2nd double of the game. And let's see if his teammates can pick him up here, as Landon Silver now, who's 0 for 2 in this game, grounded out to 3rd in the 2nd. And flew out to center field in the 5th. And he comes to the plate now with a runner on 2nd and 2 away. Weekly looks in, 2 outs, top of the 7th. And that one's fouled with the backstop here for strike number 1. Weekly looks in, 0-1 pitch coming to Silver at the plate. And Silver thought about it, but that ball gets away from Crotty. And Calaccio turns from third and thought about going home, as we've seen that sometimes. Uncommon, but still, it's been seen. But Weekly does have an 0-2 hole here. 0-2 pitch. Excuse me, that ball was low for ball one. 1-1 pitch coming up from Weekly. As that ball drops in for strike two, is Silver at the plate. One-two pitch from Weekly. Runner on third, 2 outs. And that one is low and in the dirt. Good job by Karate to keep that ball in front of him there. And Silver at the plate calls time. Weekly gonna have to reset on the mound. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Top of the 7th, 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. Runner on third. Weekly, the 2-2 pitch. That one's low and inside for ball 3 here. Three-two pitch from Weekly. And Silver able to foul that one off to stay alive here. Weekly, the 3-2 pitch again. Runner on third, 2 outs. Top of the 7th, the pitch. And he's not able to hang that in there as that hangs up high. That's going to put runners on the corners with 2 outs here. 93 pitches so far for Weekly. So I, of course, am not positive, but would be fairly certain this would be Weekly's last out here if he can get it from Gunnar Schubert. Gunnar Schubert to the plate now, 0-2 in this game. Flew out to center field in the 2nd, and then flew out to right in the 5th. If he can fly out to left, he makes the hat trick of flying out to outfielders here. 2 outs, top of the 7th, runners on the corners, 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. And that one drops in for a nice strike one to Gunnar Schubert. The 0-1 pitch coming from Weekly now. 0-1 pitch. That one, another beautiful breaking ball drops in there for strike 2, and Weekly asks Schubert where he wants him behind 0-2. Top of the 7th, 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. Runners on the corners. 2 outs, 0-2 pitch coming from Weekly on the mound. The 0-2 pitch from Weekly. Outside and high, ball 1. One-two pitch coming from Weekly. And that one is ripped foul down the right field line. And that could have been trouble for the Chinooks. And Weekly going to take the glove off, retuck in his jersey. And once again, we'll throw Schubert a 1-2 pitch here. And we just passed the 9 o'clock hour. This game has been moving at a swift pace. And that's what happens when you have a pitcher who's only given up 4 hits and 1 run. 1-2 pitch coming from Weekly. 4-1 lead for the Chinooks. Runners on the corners. Weekly looks over to first and throws the 1-2 pitch. And that's just tapped up by Schubert. And that ball is going to sail foul as 3 Chinooks. Not able to get there. And Weekly will do that 1-2 pitch once more again. Schubert at the plate. Calaccio at third. And Silver at first. Weekly on the mound with a 1-2 pitch coming up. And that ball's in the dirt, and here comes Galaccio. Weekly's going to have to cover home. Crotty throws home. Weekly applies a tag. Safe is the call. As the Bucs now make it 4-2 as Galaccio comes home. And now Weekly's really going to have to dial down here. And what will be his 100th pitch of the game. Excuse me, this will be his 99th pitch of the game. 2-2 pitch. Runner on second, 4-2 lead after the wild pitch by Weekly. 2 outs, top of the 7th, 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. 2-2 pitch. And that one's dribbled. Schmidt's going to have to hurry. Schmidt fields that, throws across to Coffee, and out is the call. And Weekly allows one, but keeps the lead for the Chinooks. When we come back, your Chinooks are going to be up in the bottom of the 7th with a 4-2 lead. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, your Chinooks are up to the plate. And we're back here in the bottom of the 7th, 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. As Sawyer puts that one in there for strike one, and Luke Coffey up to the plate, 0 for 2 in this game. A 1 pitch from Sawyer, and that one's inside for ball 1. One pitch from Sawyer. And Coffey going to hit that one foul. And he'll have a 1-2 hole with Sawyer on the mound. Sawyer, the 1-2 pitch to Coffey at the plate. And Coffey drills that in left field, but not enough, as that one dies quickly. As the shortstop, Gunnar Schubert, puts that away for out number 1. And now Alex Schmidt steps to the plate. 0 for 2 in this game, was walked in the 5th and did come around to score on an Alex Crotty double. One out, bottom of the 7th, 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. A.J. Sawyer on the mound. And Schmidt's a big swing and a miss for strike 1. And Schmidt's over the second baseman's head, and that's going to be a 1-out single. As Cody Sporer at second. Lifted off his feet, but could not come down with it.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 17, Alex Crotty.
And now up to the plate, Alex Crotty takes that one outside for ball 1. One out. One runner on here as Karate takes that one outside for ball 2. And the 2-0 pitch now, awaiting Alex Karate in the batter's box. He doubled in the 5th inning and brought home Alex Schmitz. That one's down for ball 3. Three-0 pitch coming to Karate with one away. And in there for strike 1. Three-one pitch from Sawyer. And that one's down, and that's going to put runners on first and second for the Chinooks with only one away. And Levi Gilcrease steps to the plate with the leadoff hitter, Mike Capri's on deck.
Coming to the plate for your Chinooks, number 10, Levi Gilcrease.
Gilcrease at the plate, 0-for-2 in this game. And Gilcrease sends it out to left center. And that ball is going to be caught out there by the center fielder as here comes Schmitz, and he's going to get up to third. And that's going to put the runner on third now. Now Schmitz comes from second to third on that fly out.
Coming to bat for the Chinooks, number 24, Mike Capri's.
Mike Caprice now coming to the plate with runners on the corners and 2 away. Prees opened up this game for the Chinooks with a double in the bottom of the first and came around to score for the first run of the game. Walked in the second, but was left on base. Singled in the 4th, and then flew out to left field in his last appearance in the 5th. But now is a chance to give the Chinooks that 1 run back they gave up in the top half of the 7th. We'll see what he can do here as Prees takes that one down low for ball 1. Some action now for both bullpen seers, I'm sure. The Chinooks will have new pitchers weekly. Had 100 pitches and 7 innings have worked. And that ball's down low for ball 2. And that one's in there for strike 1. Two-one pitch from Sawyer. Runners on the corners. 4-2 lead. Bottom of the 7th here for the Chinooks. And Prees is going to ground that right to the first baseman. And Vandenbrink going to take that to the bag himself. And we're through 7. Chinooks have a 4-2 lead. New pitcher coming on the mound for the Chinooks as we head to the top of the 8th. 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. And as we come to the top half of the 8th, your Chinooks have a 4-2 lead. New pitcher on for the Chinooks, the 6'5" right-hander from Saugus, California, Robert Winslow. He has pitched in 2 games and 7 innings pitched. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, a 1.28 ERA. We last saw him June 19th against these same old Bucs, where he had 5 innings pitched of 1-run ball game. Gave up 4 hits and a walk and 2 strikeouts. And he now comes to face Cody Spohr, the 9-hole hitter for the Bucs. And a swing and a miss by Spohr, so Winslow is off to a good start here. And another swing and a miss by Spohr. Winslow in firm control here. And an 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Down low, ball 1. Spohr held off of that one. 1-2 pitch from Winslow. And Spohr fouls that one off to keep this count at 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Winslow. And Spohr able to get some contact on that, and that's going to sail foul once more. One-two pitch from Winslow. And Spohr once again fouls that one off for 3 straight fouls here. One-two pitch once more. And Spohr sends it out into right field in the gap. And this could be extra bases. Spohr got around first. Priest gets to that one. The throw to Shackelford to suck it. Shackelford not able to get that in time as Spohr, after the long battle with Winslow, slides in safely for a leadoff double. And for the Chinooks, who've had trouble lately keeping leads, not a good sign to see here as Jace Vandenbrink, the leadoff hitter, comes on with nobody out and a runner on second with a 2-run deficit. And Vandenbrink had the bunt down but pulled back. One-0 pitch from Winslow, runner on second, nobody out, top of the 8th. And outside, ball 2. And some light warming up for the Chinooks down in that bullpen. And we'll keep an eye on that as that looks to be the 6'7" right-hander, Scott Smith. But hopefully Winslow can do this by himself. 2-0 pitch from Winslow to Vandenbrink. Vandenbrink hits that to Shackelford. Shackelford fields that. Throws over to Coffey at first, and that's 1 away. As Spohr does advance from second to third.
All half off on hamburgers and hot dogs at the Chinooks Shed. Now batting for the Bucs, number 29, Todd Lott.
Todd Lott now 0 for 3 in this game. Struck out looking in the 1st and 6th inning, and grounded out to short in the 3rd. Comes to the bat, comes to the plate with a runner on 3rd and 1 away. 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. As Todd Lott is a danger every time he steps to the plate. And Winslow misses down low, ball 1. Winslow looking to get out of this inning and keep this lead where it's at 2. And Spohr at 3rd, 1 away, Lott at the plate. And Lott sends that one foul, even up the count 1-1.
And that foul ball sponsored by the Chinook Shack.
One count to Todd Lott. Lott with the breaking ball sends that one foul. And Winslow in control now with a 1-2 count. One-two pitch from Winslow. This would be a critical strikeout here. 1-2 pitch. And Lott, swing and miss. 2 away now. And Mason Fishback now steps to the plate. Trying to score that run from third, which is 90 feet away.
Now batting for the Bucs, number 16.
Winslow, 1 out from getting out. I'm giving up a leadoff double. 2 outs, top of the 8th. And that's in there for strike 1 to the Bucs catcher, Mason Fishback. Spoor stands on third after a leadoff double to start things off in the 8th. Winslow sets and deals. And that one's drilled out to center field and deep. Gilcrease gives chase. And Gilcrease at the warning track puts the glove on that one, and Winslow can breathe a huge sigh of relief as the Chinooks allow 1 base runner, but keep the lead 4-2. When we come back, the Chinooks come to the plate at the bottom of the 8th.
Batting for your Chinooks, number 14, Jeremy Johnson.
And as we're back here in the bottom of the 8th, Jeremy Johnson to lead things off as the Chinooks look to get some more base runners here, as that one is high and outside for ball 1. New pitcher for the Bucs, number 20, Seth Kanan, the left-hander from Cal Baptist, standing at 5'7". It was a 1-0 pitch. Johnson, a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Kanan, in 16 and a third innings pitched, has 17 strikeouts, 11 walks. They've given up 10 hits, and a 2.2 RA from Corona, California. Like I said, stands at 5'7", 150. Puts that one in there for strike 2. Kanan looks in, gets the call from his catcher, Fishback. The 1-2 pitch to Johnson at the plate. Up high, ball 2. Johnson struck out looking in the 6th inning on a very, very low strike call. And Johnson had some words for the umpire, but quickly walked back to the dugout. And that was a good call by him. And now faces Kanan on a 2-2 pitch. Kanan sets, winds, and throws. And Johnson hits that to the shortstop. That's fielded by Schubert and throws over to Van de Break at first. And that's going to be out number 1 in the bottom of the 8th here.
At the plate, Warriors Chinooks, number 21.
And we have a pitch hitter here for Justin Gomez, a right-handed hitting Hayden Mixon. Stepping to the plate here to pitch hit. And Mixon, a big swing and a miss from Kanan's fastball there for strike 1. And some action definitely as Scott Smith warming up for the Chinooks. As he'll come on to in what could be a safe situation, but if you're the Chinooks, hopefully it's not, because that means they put some more runs on the board. But if Kanan has anything to do about it, he's going to keep it right where it's at as he puts that one in there for strike number 2. Mixon has to protect here. 0-2 pitch coming from the 5-7 lefty. Agrees to the call from Fishback. The 0-2 pitch. Up high, ball 1. 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th for the Chinooks. After an impressive 7 innings from Tyler Weekly and a 1-inning relief appearance by Winslow, the Chinooks have only allowed 2 runs on 5 hits here. And Mixon sends that one in the air, but foul. He'll stay alive here. Kanan looks in. 1-2 pitch coming to Mixon with Aaron Shackelford on deck. That one's outside. Good eye by Mixon. 2-2 count. 2-2 pitch to Mixon at the plate. 1 away, bottom of the 8th. And Mixon fouls out to the backstop. And we have a battle going on here. Two pitch to Mixon and right down Broadway. And that gets Mixon looking there. And Aaron Shackelford now comes to the plate. 0 for 3 in this game. We did walk in the first, which brought him a run as that was a bases loaded walk. And Kanan drops that one in for strike 1. 1 pitch from Kanan to the shortstop, Shackelford. Inside for ball 1 as he brisks off Shackelford. One count to Shackelford at the plate. And a big swing and a miss. But Shackelford gets nothing but air on that one. Kanan now in control and in the driver's seat with a 1-2 count to the power-hitting left-handed shortstop. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 1-2 pitch. And in there for strike 3. And that's going to do things as Kanan comes out of the bullpen and does his job. Well, we head to the top of the ninth. Scott Smith on the mound to close things out. 4-2 lead as we head to the top of the ninth. And as we head to the top of the ninth, your Chinooks 3 outs away from getting their 8th win of the ABL 2017 season. And on the mound, try to finish things off as the big 6'7" right-hander from Peachtree City, Georgia, Scott Smith, as he gets David Hensley swinging and missing there. Scott Smith comes into this game with a 1-2 record and 10 1/3 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 5 walks, and allowed 10 hits. And he is in control here as he puts Hensley in an 0-2 hole early. Smith, last pitch, June 22nd against the Miners, 3 innings pitched and gave up 3 runs. And he misses down low for ball 1. Smith from Savannah State University. And Smith hangs that one high to even up the count 2-2. And that one just outside to load the count full 3-2. And Hensley right back up the middle, fielded by Mitchie. Mitchie over to Coffee at first, and that's out number 1. And the Chinooks 2 outs away from getting this win here.
Batting for the Bucs, number 13, Cole Clutch.
Cole Clutch now, trying to start things here for the Chinooks. Excuse me, for the Bucs. In the top of the 9th, 1 away. Clutch is 0 for 3 in this game. And Smith winds and throws and puts that one in there for strike 1. And Smith is really feeling it and starting to heat things up here in the top of the 9th. Smith looks in, a 1 pitch coming up. Steps off the mound. And will throw the 0-1 pitch. Clutch digs in the batter's box. 0-1 pitch with 1 away, top of the 9th. Just off the corner there to even up the count at 1. And the Chinook fans giving their voice of disapproval there. But it's all in good fun and friendly. 1-1 pitch from Smith. And Clutch fouls that one off. And we're going to have a 1-2 count to the Bucs center fielder. 1-2 pitch from Smith. And inside, but did he go? Yes, he did. And that's 2 outs now. As Clutch could not hold off there. And the Chinooks now 1 away from finishing this game off and put the Bucs away. The last chance is Dominic Colaccio, and if the Bucs want anybody at the plate, it is this guy. 2 for 3, got the Bucs on the board with an RBI double in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to short in the 4th, but doubled again and came around to score in the 7th inning. Smith now 1 out away. And Colaccio keeps it going. And he puts the tying run in the batter's box as he singles out to center on the first pitch that he sees from Smith. Landon Silver now, who represents the tying run for the Bucs. And no, excuse me, we're going to have a pitch hitter. And I will probably say it's probably the right thing to do. As the big pitch hitter, Jake Veith, comes to pitch hit here. Jake Veith hitting .312 this season so far from Gonzaga University. And if there's anybody, there's a handful of players that you can trust that could potentially tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. It is this guy. Smith now having to work with rudder on. And Veith, a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Smith, the 0-1 pitch to the left-hander Veith at the plate. And Veith fouls that one off. Smith's going to give chase at third. That's going to sail foul there. And Smith in control here. 1 strike away from getting the win in the score column here. Smith looks in. Crotty goes down in the squat. Smith with a runner on first. 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. Top of the 9th. 2 outs. 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. 0-2 pitch coming up from Smith. Smith sets. and deals. And that one's low, ball one. And Smith does not want to hang one over the plate here to the 5'11", 230 left-handed hitter. I'm getting to the point where I've seen these guys so many times, I know their height and weight off the top of my head. A little freaky, a little bit stalkerish, but that's the job of the broadcaster. Smith, the 1-2 pitch. And that's down once again. Going to even up this count 2-2. And we'll see here what Alex Crotty, the catcher, calls from behind the plate. 2-2 pitch coming up. Runner on first. 2-run lead, 4-2 for the Chinooks. Smith on the mound. Veith at the plate. 2-2 pitch. And that's down. And Veith, being patient out there, has worked his way from no 2 count to a full count here. Full count. Runner on first. With 2 away here. Smith, 1 strike and 1 out away. I'm getting this to be a win for the Chinooks. Smith takes his sign from Crotty, sets, and throws. And that's down low, and that's going to put runners on first and second. And we'll see here what Chris Beck does here. As Gunnar Schubert, the Bucs shortstop, comes to the plate with the runners on first and second. And with the tying run on first, Schubert is going to have the green light this whole at bat. Crotty, while I was talking about Schubert, went out to have a word with Smith. Colicchio at second after he singled to center. And now Veith at first after he came in to pitch in and was walked by Smith. And Gunnar Schubert is 0 for 3 in this game up to the batter's box. Smith, runners first and second with 2 away. And that's down low, and Smith starting to lose command there. That's now 4 balls in a row for the 6'7" right-hander on the mound. 1-0 count to Schubert at the plate. Smith pitches. And Schubert lines that one to center, and Gilcrease not going to get to that. Here comes Colicchio, and a throw from Gilcrease. And Colicchio comes in with a hard slide. Does score. I'm going to assume he tripped over Crotty's cleat as Colicchio came around to score, but it tripped up and went head first in home plate. The trainer here going to give a look, but it seems like Colicchio is good. But in the meantime, it's stress time now for the Chinooks. 4-3 lead after that single in the center. And Cody Spohr at the plate with a runner on first and second. 4-3 lead for the Chinooks. Smith desperately needs to find a way to get an out here. Spohr at the plate, Smith on the mound. And the pitch. And Spohr fouls that one in right field.
And that foul ball sponsored by Edward Jones Financial Investments and Gavin Reed.
Jake Veith at second. Gunnar Schubert at first. Cody Spohr at the plate. 4-3 lead for the Chinooks. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Smith, the 0-1 pitch to Spohr at the plate. And a big swing and a miss by Spohr. And the Chinook right-hander 1 strike away from closing this game out. 0-2 pitch, 2 away. 1-run ball game. Runner on first and second. Scott Smith on the mound. Cody Spohr in the batter's box. The 0-2 pitch from Smith. And that's out high. Outside and high for ball 1. And Smith, trouble finding that strike 3 pitch here to finish this game off. We'll do it again. 1-2 count. As Spohr at the batter's box. Runners first and second. 4-3 game here. You should accept 1. Smith, the 1-2 pitch. That's down low. Good job by Crotty. Able to keep that in front of him. Tying run stands on second. And so if Spohr can put this ball in play, the Bucs have a chance to tie this game and extend it. But Smith is going to look to put that to rest here. 2-2 pitch. 4-3 lead for the Chinooks. Top of the ninth. And Spohr stays alive as he sends that to the backstop for a foul ball. Two pitch. Spohr seems to be on whatever Smith is throwing here. Runner on first and second. 4-3 lead for the Chinooks. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Top of the ninth. One run already scored for the Bucs. Tying run. Stands at second. And Spohr once again fouls that one off. Torture, folks. Gotta love it. And we will do it again. And I feel like I'm running out of things to say here. But we will have a 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Runner on first and second, fourth relief for the Chinooks. 2 away, 2-2 pitch from Smith. And Smith looks back over to second. And I will say it again. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, top of the ninth. 4-3 lead for the Chinooks. 1 strike away from getting to this win. Smith winds and throws. And that one's hit to Shackelford hard. Shackelford throws over to Coffey at first. And that's the ball game. Your Chinooks get the win. 4-3. Tyler Weekly with an amazing pitching performance. 7 innings pitched. 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 100 pitches. And Scott Smith comes on the mound. It took him a while, but with 26 pitches does allow a run, but gets the win, 4-3. And we're going to take a quick break, but we will have a player of the game interview from Tyler Weekly. A quick read of the stats here. For your Chinooks, Brandon Mitchie, 2 for 3 in this game. Win 1 walk, put 1 RBI on the board. Aaron Shackelford also came on. Summary of this ball game, folks. The Chinooks got bases loaded, nobody out. And Logan Boyer, the losing pitcher for tonight, gave up 2 runs on 2 walks. The Bucs were able to put 1 in the top of the second to make it a 2-1 ball game. But we advanced to the 5th inning. And the Chinooks were able to take the lead with an Alex Crotty double over the right field line. And that made it a 4-3 ball game. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Tyler Weekly, today's player of the game, will be in the booth to join us. And we're back here, Chinook fans, with today's winning pitcher and player of the game, Tyler Weekly. Tyler, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 100 pitches. First off, do you need ice?
No, because I don't want to be cold, to be honest with you.
As it's a little chilly already. Now, Tyler, I had Mike Batten in the mound, and we were talking about you were just dealing out there, and I was telling you on the way over here, league leader in strikeouts now. Now, you know, you still got to keep it, still got to keep working. But when you're out there, you're so dominant out there. What's going through your head? Do you take us through this performance. I mean, it's 100 pitches, 7 innings, one of the better performances you've seen all year. How is it feeling on the mound?
I mean, it felt pretty good. I'm not going out there to try to strike anybody out. I'm just trying to get early contact. That way I can keep my pitch count down. The lower I keep my pitch count, the better my arm feels, the longer I'm able to go. But I just happened to miss some barrels tonight, and whenever I get late in the count, then I'm going to start going for the punch out. Make it a little fun if I got to go that long.
100 pitches pitched. Now, how is your arm feeling? What do you expect to pitch again? I mean,
I believe I'm throwing Sunday up at Kenai against the Oilers.
Now, I actually was talking to Mike Batten when he was in here. Now, you've seen the Bucs before. Even if you haven't pitched them before, you've seen them at least. Oilers, you've only seen her 3 times. Are you just do you do the same routine, or do you look at their stats, or do you just go out there and pitch?
I mean, we'll look at kind of their tendencies. We'll see, who their hot hitters are and who's not. You can be a little bit more aggressive with them, in terms of getting the ball over the plate. But for the most part, I'm just going to go out there and throw to my strengths and just kind of do what I can do and let everything else fall to itself.
Well, just one last question. During this game, you seemed to really find your groove. Was there a time when you felt – I mean, there was a time in the second inning when you were just flat out dominant, and it was in the third, too, it carried over. What do you feel? Was there a time when you just felt – did it feel any different, or were you just out there throwing?
After the first inning, we put up those 2 runs. That was a pretty lengthy inning. It was probably close to 15 minutes long.
Yeah, should have put up more than 2, but
I'll
take 2.
Those two runs, I mean, obviously that's crucial. But just that extended break right there, it took me a couple of batters to get my arm loose back up once I got out there, which you can kind of see at the beginning because I was up in the zone and just kind of all over the place. But once I started getting loose again, I felt like I got more back into control.
And actually, you mentioned one last question. You mentioned the 2 runs. How does that feel as a pitcher when you know that your offense has your back and gets you up in the lead early?
I mean, it's a stress reliever for one. You're like, okay, we're we put up 2 runs in the first. We're definitely going to put up more throughout the rest of the game. Just gives me more incentive to go out there and try to pound the zone, throw it over the plate, and just let them guys get themselves out. So,
well, we are glad that you had a dominant performance today. As winning pitcher and player of the game, Tyler Weekly, again, 7 innings pitched, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, and finally the league leader in strikeouts. Tyler, any last words?
Say hello to my parents since they're watching still.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Tyler. Great pitching performance.
Thanks, Caleb.
Chinook fans, we will be here tomorrow facing the Miners. We advanced to 8-9. Tyler, how do we beat those Miners?
Those strikes, score more runs than them.
I like it. It's simple. You guys have a great night. God bless. See you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. This is Tyler, and I'm Caleb signing out. God bless, everyone.